We'll show you how Ardoq supports a range of different governance styles to suit different organizational needs. Devolved teams are supported by adaptive, agility-based governance, guidance, and guardrails, while more formal methods such as architecture review boards allow for a top-down, control-based approach. In both cases, business outcomes provide the context for decision-making. Dashboards enable the EA teams to take the bird's-eye view of how the estate is evolving, being managed, and the use of a standard quality model brings a consistent lens through which to view the progress and architectural maturity. We've adopted a Lego break approach to the EA governance because this allows customers to adopt and configure governance elements to fit in with their corporate governance processes and systems to match their organizational situation, whether that's size, industry, maturity, and most importantly, culture. So we're going to take a rapid tour of many of those Lego bricks and show you how they can combine to connect and provide a comprehensive approach to EA governance. We'll begin by looking at Ardoq's governance support for individual teams and initiatives, then move on to see how this translates into governance of the portfolio as a whole. Here's a view that is of value to initiative owners and business sponsors. A stakeholder map. Helping them also helps the EA team. Identifying and connecting stakeholders and owners ensures that people and role holders can be kept informed and held to account, using Ardoq's built-in automated processes. Ardoq facilitates the creation of stakeholder and ownership data in the knowledge graph, enabling projects and teams to map their key stakeholders as seen in this visualization. Ardoq can help ensure that this data is maintained with automated workflows that are provided out of the box and detect unowned applications and route invitations to the newly nominated owners. With simple surveys like this, application, platform, and initiative owners can record and map their stakeholders. Standards are another important part of the enterprise architecture governance tooling. A governance body such as the ARB can maintain up-to-date records of their approved standards, marking entries in their enterprise technology catalog accordingly, and articulating the connection between the decisions, the technology, and the business strategies and outcomes. These can be explored by individuals and teams using views like this. And as we saw in use case 3, solution architects can link their solutions to the catalog, demonstrating their adoption of approved technologies or justify why they were unable to comply. Autonomous and adaptive workflows support requests of exemptions and exceptions from approved standards and policies, both temporary or permanent. Approval can be centralized or distributed to delegated authorities depending on the style of governance required, control or agility-based. Business rules can route the approval dynamically depending on the content of the request and traversing the graph to find the appropriate authority. The system will automatically notify interested parties when granted exceptions are about to run out of time, ensuring that we can track and manage exceptions over time. Our solution for architecture records capture supports the creation, maintenance, and publication of pattern libraries with the pattern records supporting the Alexandrian pattern language. This approach facilitates rich pattern descriptions, including, where appropriate, reference architectures and diagrams drawn in Lucid. As with standards, teams can link their solution architecture to indicate which architectural patterns have been adopted, and this enables the central EA team to track the use of patterns across the enterprise, revealing progress towards targeted business outcomes, even where the decision authority has been distributed to maximize agility. Teams can also create decision records, documenting what they decided, why, and the options that were considered and rejected, to provide an audible trail of distributed project or team decisions. These can be linked both to the solutions or the initiatives under consideration, and the quality characteristics, such as maintainability or security, that led to that decision. In addition to demonstrating the good use of delegated authority, this can give the EA team great sources of material for analysis of decisions being taken by the product, platform, and initiative teams. Ardoq's solution health check has been developed to promote architectural thinking beyond the core architecture team. Using a quality model such as ISO 25010, which is included with Ardoq, or an in-house variant, the health check enables teams to conduct a high-level or in-depth trade-off analysis of a candidate or existing solution architecture. The adopted quality model can be extended, for example, to consider compliance with guiding principles, policies, or regulatory and compliance requirements, and ensuring continued alignment with the target business outcomes. After specifying the quality criteria and their levels of importance for the solution in question, the team record their levels of concern and document recommendations, leveraging Ardoq's dynamic visualizations to help them understand the quality trade-offs involved in the design that's in the spotlight. The health check process can be a valuable source of discovery of technical debt and risk, which can be recorded, tracked, and managed using our technical debt management and application risk management solutions. Health checks can be scheduled automatically, and if used in critical business systems, they can enable teams to catch risks and debt before they become serious issues. All these newly created components, such as initiatives, risks, debt items, can then in turn be embedded into the wider corporate governance solutions, such as project, program, and task management systems like Jira, and risk management solutions such as Archer or ServiceNow. Leveraging our out-of-the-box integrations to ensure that the EA governance is just another piece of the corporate governance ecosystem. As with all the governance solutions I've mentioned here so far, they can be tailored to meet the organization's needs, to either be top-down and control-based by a central EA team or architecture board, or agility-based, distributed to autonomous product and development teams and owners using our dynamic distributed system via broadcasts. Our permission model supports the definition and management of users and groups, allowing individuals or groups to be granted or denied access to specific Ardoq assets or capabilities, tailoring the Ardoq platform to suit the governance style of the organization and its desired levels of devolved authority. Similarly, workflows can route approvals to a central team or use smart rules to dynamically send requests to local team members, even varying the target audience based on the characteristics of the case in question. This both reduces the burden on the individuals by spreading the load and ensures that approvals are only sent to those that have the relevant knowledge and the authority to approve. At the portfolio level, all this information can be viewed in the aggregate and tracked over time, giving an enterprise view of EA governance, even when many of the decisions are distributed to autonomous Agile teams, as we can see from this combined governance dashboard. Our compliance assurance solution allows EA teams to track their adoption of regulatory, compliance, or corporate policy frameworks. The requirements can be linked individually to the controls that have been adopted to address them, creating a plan for adoption and tracking its implementation over time. Controls, in turn, can be connected to the risk register, so their mitigating effects can be recorded with the ability to link this to the corporate risk management systems, so the beneficial effects of framework adoption can be recognized more widely, connecting EA governance in Ardoq with a wider corporate governance and risk management process. Here we see a bird's eye view of our technology catalog, which technologies have been deployed, which are and which are not approved standards, and which exceptions have been granted. And we can drill into these charts and dig into the deeper details. Integrated with third-party data such as ITpedia, Ardoq can automatically warn enterprise architects or individual application or platform owners when their technologies are at risk of known vulnerabilities or are coming towards an end of life or end of support, hopefully preventing technical debt or risk before they become serious issues. This is proactive governance beyond just reporting what has gone wrong. This part of the dashboard shows our current positioning regarding technical debt. Notice how we're presenting this from a business perspective. Which business capabilities are exposed, which business critical applications are impacted, even when the debt is actually associated with the underlying independent technology services and infrastructure quite down in the architecture. In our experience, architects have to express architectural concerns in the language of their business stakeholders, especially if they're looking for support or funding to remedy technical debt. I demonstrated earlier our use of the quality model, which is used both to drive trade-off analysis and solution health checks and to classify technical debt. The quality model is a full part of the Ardoq knowledge graph, rather than simply being shown as fields or variables, allowing us to view our estate through the lens of the quality model, giving us the ability to track architectural quality over time. Here, for example, is a view of the recent health checks that have been conducted from the perspective of the quality model. We can see characteristics that are most important and which are persistent causes of concern for reviewers. In addition to giving us great insight into the effectiveness of our governance efforts, tracking the average level of concern over time should tell us whether our efforts to spread architectural thinking are paying off. If they are, we should see a gradual reduction in the overall levels of concern expressed during these health checks as architectural thinking and practices take hold. And that concludes our short tour of Ardoq's EA governance capabilities.